Hey, what's up? It's Alex. Today, I'd like to look at the details in the speech in this interview between two very famous American actors. That's Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson. Let's take a look.
And I did just see Marriage Story, and it is phenomenal.
And I did just see. And I did just see. So here Chris Evans is doing exactly what I do. Does that mean I sound like Chris Evans? He says, did just see. Did just see. Here Chris Evans is connecting did just, connecting the two d sounds at the beginning. Just is written with a J, but it's actually j, j in the International Phonetic Alphabet. Did just, so those two d sounds connect. Did just see. The T in just disappears between the two S sounds. And I did just see.
What made you want to tell that story? I mean, it's heavy, it's dark.
What made you want to tell that story? What made you wanna? So here, want to, of course, becomes wanna, and made you turns into made you. When we have a word ending in d or t before you, or your, or similar words like that, we always change it into j. Made you. What made you wanna?
Probably 10 years ago, Noah and I tried to work on something else together that was...
Noah and I tried to work on something else together. So the way she says something, listen to that again.
Something else.
Something else. She's connecting the sound into something, something. Noah and I tried to work on something else together. That TH is basically gone. Something else together.
Ready to shoot it. I was kind of over past it, and it wasn't the right fit.
So the way she's talking here, she's clearly got a lot to think about in her mind, how to tell this story. And so she's starting and stopping different words. Kind of, get kind of past it. That's really natural. It really shows that this interview is using her natural speech. She's not practicing any prepared script or anything. So native speakers do that all the time in American English when they're trying to find the right thing to say.
I don't think he ended up actually making it, and...
I don't think he ended up actually making it. Ended up doing something. This is a really common way in American English to describe the result of something. I don't think he ended up actually doing it. He wanted to do it for a long time, but the result was that he didn't end up making it.
Something didn't work out professionally, and you're like, well, there goes that relationship. And
something didn't work out professionally. Again, she skips the TH in something. Something didn't work out professionally. Didn't work out means, again, that the result wasn't what he wanted. But here she says, well, there goes that relationship. There goes that relationship. There goes is a way to say like, oh, well, now that's lost. That opportunity is lost. So the professional relationship that she's talking about is over. There's no way to continue that. At least that's what she's saying here.
No.
that's never happened to you? Yeah,
No.
right. And
So Chris Evans here is smiling and joking. He's saying, no, no. He's joking by saying no, he actually means yes. It has happened to him. And so Scarlett Johansson picks up on that. She understands that he's joking, and she says, yeah, right, while also smiling. So she is showing him that she gets the joke.
to meet and talk about something, I just thought, it was totally came out of the blue, and I was...
So here she says, I just thought it totally came out of the blue. She adds, I just thought, I just thought, And because y is a consonant, after thought, she turns the T in thought into a glottal stop. Thought, it came totally out of the blue. But out of, after T, there's a vowel, so it turns into a tap. Out of the blue. I just thought, it came totally out of the blue. Out of the blue, something comes out of the blue, means it's unexpected. That call that she is talking about, it was unexpected to her, so it came out of the blue. This is an idiom that I personally use a lot, and it's pretty common in general American speech too.
It was, we just kind of shifted right into this moment where...
We just kind of shifted right into this moment. She's pausing there, right into. It's a very short pause, but that's why she does a glottal stop with right. Right into, instead of doing right into, instead of doing a tap there. Right into this moment.
And that to me was exciting. It was like...
And that to me was exciting. So she's taking off the D in and. This is super common in American English, that when we speak quickly, the D in and almost always gets removed. And that to me, and that to me was exciting.
Was already on the page prior to signing on.
Prior to signing on. So here, Chris Evans is reducing to quite a lot prior to signing on. Prior to. It's really common to reduce these function words, and Chris Evans' voice is a great example of that. Prior to signing on. Prior to signing on. Signing on, of course, here means to agree to do the movie. The director approached Scarlett, and then she agreed to sign on. She signed on to the movie.
There's still a lot of love for the person.
There's still a lot of love for the person. There's still a lot of love. Still a lot of love. Look at how he's connecting these small function words. Still a lot of. Still a lot of love. Still a lot of love. It's very fluent, connected speech. He's not separating these words. There's still a lot of love. And he's also connecting the S sounds. There's still a lot of love.
I was so surprised by how much love remained between those two people.
I was so surprised by how much love remained between those two people. So here she's connecting D and B for remain between. Remain between. That D basically disappears in remained. Remain between those two people.
Noah often says that, like, you know, in order to fully understand something, you kind of have to, like, pull it all apart and sort of start.
Noah often says, in order to understand something, you kind of have to pull it all apart. So what's interesting here in Scarlett Johansson's voice is that she's saying kind of, almost all the time. Whereas for me, I tend to say kinda. But it seems like she's putting a little bit more emphasis on the V there. Kind of have to pull it all apart. Kind of. But then right there, the next word, she says have to, instead of have to. Kind of have to pull it all apart.
Well, there's a lot of things about those movies where it's not just.
Well, there's a lot of things about those movies. Well, there's a lot of things becomes a lot of things about those movies. About those. He connects about those by taking the T out of about. About those movies. But he adds a little bit of a stop there. About those movies.
Start, stop with little bits and pieces because of the action that.
Start, stop. So those are great examples of glottal stop T's. Start, stop. He's not saying start, stop. Start, stop. It's a glottal stop T there.
The nature of the movie.
The nature of the movie. So that of in of the gets reduced. The nature of the movie.
But to come off of them and have a completely different approach.
But to come off of them and have a completely different approach. So here, and is reduced in just the same way that Scarlett Johansson did. And have. There's no D there. And have a completely different approach.
It's uncharted waters, coming off of a Marvel movie.
It's uncharted waters coming off of a Marvel movie. So here, coming off of turns into coming off of a Marvel movie. Coming off of a Marvel movie. And why doesn't he say coming off a Marvel movie? He needs to connect of a. He can't reduce of to a here because the next sound is a. Coming off a Marvel movie. No, coming off of a Marvel movie.
It's just exciting to get a change of pace.
It's just exciting to get a change of pace. So here, change of pace is when things are normal in one way for a long time, and then finally something changes in your life, a change of pace. A change of pace. He was working on Marvel movies for a really long time, then he started working on his other movie. So to him, that was a change of pace.